Welcome back, everybody. It's, of course, Sports Federation TV, and I'm not going to tell you again what Sports Federation TV is about, because if you've been watching the whole show, you will know that Sports Federation TV caters for the federations in the Western Cape, of course, and the 6 different districts. Already on the show this evening, we've had Yekske, and we've had climbing, and we've had gymnastics. All fantastic sports and some fantastic athletes in and around the Western Cape. Now, we're moving our attention to cycling. Now, cycling is very active. I mean, we all know that cycling is a big, very proficient sport, but it's not necessarily the case for everybody. Not everybody jumps into a scenario where the Argus Cycle Tour and Tour de France is happening. We still have to work at it from an amateur's perspective across all of the districts. And with me now is Ian Gutham, and Ian is, of course, the chairperson of the Cape Winelands Cycling. Is it federation or association, Ian?
That's correct. It's association, JP.
All right.
Yeah.
So Cape, and then I know a lot of the guys from your cycling world. Corné Bence, of course, the chairperson of Western Cape Cycling, and I think Graham
correct.
Ward in Cape Town.
Yeah.
How's cycling going in your neck of the world? And then we'll move on to Western Cape. Cape Winelands, how's cycling going there?
Cape Winelands, we're very active in Cape Winelands, doing events and busy with development of cycling, and trying to get the youngsters into the sport.
Now, your chairman there in Cape Winelands, of course, Lorenzo Orange. Now, he's extremely active. He goes out all the time. Do you guys have lots of meetings? And is he visiting? I was going to say participating, but is he visiting you guys?
Yeah. In fact, last week I was in a meeting with him regarding the sports awards events that's coming up.
Yeah.
So Lorenzo is very interested into what's happening in his region.
Yeah.
So yeah, we work close together.
Of course, the Cape Winelands Sports Awards happening on the 8th of December. The adjudication is happening right now for their end of year function, Cape Winelands and the Drakensberg municipality. Am I right? The Drakensberg municipality. There's a whole lot of partnerships happening in the Cape Winelands.
Yeah, and also Drakensberg is involved, and also Cape Winelands municipality is heavily involved into the sports awards. So this year we will have it in Worcester, the sports awards, and we as cycling, we nominated a lot of athletes that did well during the year.
I mean, Cape Winelands has always been very strong cyclists.
Yeah. December coming up is a big Boxing Day sports event. That's a track event at the Forest Street in Paarl. So there we
Have they fixed that stadium? Are we talking about the weather around the rugby field?
Yes, that's correct.
Have they fixed that track now? Because the last time I was there was to watch Vineyards play against Lower Paarl. I think against Lower Paarl. Guys, where did we go? Was it Vineyards and Lower Paarl? Yeah, they were playing, I think, in the Paarl knockouts. And it looked like that track needed a bit of work.
Yeah, I also heard that there's some stuff in the pipeline. The Drakensberg municipality wants to invest. So I hope they're listening here. Yeah,
the Drakensberg municipality, if you are listening, all right, we're challenging you to get that, put some money in that track at Forest Street. We want to see that there's cyclists going around bicycles all day long, every day around the track. While the rugby guys are on the field, we want cyclists running around the side of that track here. And then I think that there's an athletics track there at the moment. It looks like it's half gravel. So yeah, pump some money in there for us, please. Let's get sport active. So is Corné Bence, he's of course the chairperson of the Western Cape structure. Is he happy with how sport's going in the Western Cape?
Yeah, Corné is very active in the whole Western Cape setup. He does a lot for the sport, and he's got regular meetings, planning meetings to see that events are happening and that the sport grows in the Western Cape.
All right, Ian, we've got a couple of pictures that you brought in as well. Let's kom ons kyk gou-gou hier dan en sê vir ons net gou-gou waarna kyk ons hierso. Hier's iemand met 'n bicycle. Lyk my die voordeel is af.
Yeah, maybe the rider is preparing there for an event. I think that is the youth festival event in Oudtshoorn.
All right, hierso is nog 'n picture. Twee dames daar op 'n bike.
Yeah, that's one of our kids there in the under 16 event. Preparing
looks like
to
that
start
lady
the race.
on the right hand side still wearing the old logo, if that's the old Western Cape logo, or maybe I'm wrong. It looks like they're getting ready to get going.
Yeah, that's in the middle there's Wade Davids, one of our top riders, under 16 riders. Very promising, and that's how we want to do it.
Now we talk about the youngsters as well. Are we getting youngsters into the cycling space?
Yeah, definitely. The youngsters are active in the sports, doing events in Western Cape
Yeah.
and preparing for national championships. That's very important for us.
When is your national championships?
Actually, the national champs is in February, and in
Okay.
Cape Winelands,
Yeah.
the national road championships. So we expect plus minus 900 riders, and it's going to be a top event in Wellington, just outside Wellington.
Is this the Tour of Good Hope or the Good Hope Tour? No, that's another event.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a second. Then
Okay.
we were talking about. We also want to know about development. We've got a nice picture here of a couple of kids that are on their bicycles.
Yeah, that's a development program that's happening in Franschhoek. Very active, and the kids, they have fun. They're enjoying themselves. So that is the most important, actually, at that age.
Now I see Best Med. Now Best Med has of course come on board with the Western Province Rugby School of Excellence in the rugby space. So I see here's a Best Med sponsored team. Who are these kids?
Yeah, that's actually that's a ladies team, and BestMed is sponsoring them this year.
Yeah.
So they're putting in some money for the development of ladies cycling.
All right, there we
Yeah.
go. So women's development is also picking up. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about the Tour of Good Hope. We've got a little footage clip here. Let's first take a look at this and then you can run us through it. Folks, with me is Ian Gutham, is of course the chairperson of the Cape Winelands Cycling Association. Ian, vertel ons gou-gou 'n bietjie oor die Good Hope, die Tour of Good Hope.
Ja, die Tour of Good Hope is 'n baie groot wedren tour in die Cape Winelands gebied, en dit word aangebied deur ASG, en dit is 'n 5-dae toer. Net voor die August toer, die week voor die August toer, so ons kry al die topryers kry ons
Is
hier.
dit het dalk die Giro oorgevat? Dis
Die
nie
Giro het weggeval.
Die Giro het
Ja,
weggeval.
dis aan die plek van die Giro,
Okay,
ja.
alright, ja.
Ja.
Dit maak nou sin, ja.
So dis 'n groot toer.
Dis 'n groot event. Daar's mense van oral in die wêreld wat na hierdie event kom.
Ja, ja, nee, definitief. Die manne, hulle berei hulle sommer voor vir die August, hulle gebruik dit. En die toer het 2 dele, die kompeterende deel, waar die top professionele spanne aan deelneem,
Ja.
en dan ook die funrider, wat ook deelneem aan die toer.
Wat's belangrik vir jou nou, soos jy nou hierso sit en jy weet daar's nou 'n paar 100,000 mense wat die ding kyk op die televisie. As jy nou 'n boodskap het vir mense daar buite, wat sou dit wees? Enigiets.
Vir my belangrik, ek kom nou al jare met fietsry aan en so, en dit is die ontwikkeling van die sport. Veral ons jeug, om hulle in die sport te kry, dit is nog altyd 'n groot struikelblok
Ja.
om hulle in die sport te kry, en veral om vir hulle te monitor en deel te neem tot op nasionale, internasionale vlak. So ons stryd is altyd om borgskappe te kry,
Ja.
en om 'n jeug te ondersteun en so.
Ja.
So dit is
Wel,
belangrik.
ek dink dis almal seker almal se stryd, dis wat ons soek en een van die redes hoekom ons hierdie televisieprogram geskep het. So enig gaan vir jou dankie sê dat jy gekom het. En hopelik as ons aanhoudend vir julle so blootstelling gee, dan kan ons meer borge kry vir fietsry
Ja.
en ontwikkeling vir die jeug ook.
Definitief. Baie dankie JP. Dankie vir die geleentheid.
Daar sê baie dankie en alles van die beste aan Corne en die boys daarso en hopelik sal ons vir jou op die bicycle. En vir Lorenzo, sê vir Lorenzo
Ja.
daarso in die Right folks, we're going to leave it at that. This is of course Sports Federation TV. That's a wrap. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.